tie another question in, what if you don't have, for students who and parents who don't have the finances to afford education, a student, for a question to student, what if you don't have enough money to go to college? How do they get resources, money, or what have you, so that way they can afford an education? What's your take on that? What can you tell that young person or student?
Well, they definitely have a lot of options, and then that goes into the whole economic disposition of our people in the community. Whereas we view money as this kind of throwaway thing. It's like it's this kind of thing like maybe one day, or I got money now. Let me just kind of throw it here. It's like thrown. It's not valued. It's not used as a tool enough. Like we just kind of throw it at things. And once you have a plan and a goal in mind, the finances and your actions toward those finances will help to supplement some of the stuff that you're going through. And what I mean by that is, say for instance, if you need money for a class, the same money that you spend on Jordans or some sneakers could be money put towards an investment in you. And that's not to say, because a lot of the comments I hear from people my age, and even some a little older, are like, man, why are these kids spending money on these Jordans, man? They could be putting that stuff towards blah, 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 blah. And my thing is like, I agree, but I also am one of those people who like sneakers too. Yeah. I like Jordans, I like shell-toe Superstars, I like those things. But I know my priorities. I'm not gonna spend $200 on a sneaker and not spend $200 on my education. Not gonna happen, because that book is an investment and I can keep going back to that book. That book appreciates in value. It appreciates in value. Whereas the sneakers, I give the sneakers value and they decrease in value, because once I start to wear them and tear up, I gotta get what? Some more sneakers. Now you can say, oh well, books tear up too. Well, your books tear up too, but that knowledge, once that knowledge is ingrained in my brain, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And that's why education is so important. And that's why in this bookstore, we're surrounded by all these pieces of content that are so valuable to me, that when I come here, it's like a resurgence of energy. Like my level of energy is raised, because in all these books are opportunities for me to learn and be better and do better. And to go back to economics, the more I learn and do better, the higher my knowledge of things and wisdom of things are, and the more money that I can create and value I can create for me and my family.
Now, I'm going to tie this, before I ask this extra, I'm going to ask, please do us a favor and tell us, where are we right now? What is this location? And like you said, please elaborate on how this location feeds you or encourages you. Where are we, and why is this place so special to you?
Well, I found out about this space from a friend of mine when I first moved to New York 5 years ago. And it's an important space. It's a Sistas Bookstore up in Harlem Heights. I don't know the new name, whatever, it's Harlem.
156th Street,
156th Street,
Amsterdam Avenue.
156th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. If you come to New York, or if you're here in New York, please come to this bookstore. Please support these institutions in our community. And when I say institutions, we're losing a number of community institutions, especially like this, a bookstore, a physical bookstore, because now everything is online. Get the Kindle, get the ebook, and I'm cool with that. But there's nothing like going into a physical space and touching and feeling a book, words on a page. And they say that the way the brain works, there's a different mechanism as far as reading a book and turning the pages. It's something in our brain that attaches more, because it's a tactile thing. What in education we call kinesthetic. Tactile kinesthetic is moving, like kinetic energy. Tactile is touch, feel. We like to feel, touch, texture, books, whereas something that's on a screen is very flat, doesn't have any ridges, like it doesn't have any variation as far as senses are concerned. So supporting institutions like this, because these are places that we can go and we can talk about issues like this. Institutions like this, we can go and they can enrich our lives. It's like a sanctuary that we can go to outside of church and maybe our home. It's a sanctuary that not enough of these exist anymore. We're losing them because of technology. That's the bad side of technology. the fact that people don't see these spaces as having value enough to support them. And we need to support space like this because they support us in the community. We talk about learning and building and people coming together. When we talk about the whole economic situation, somebody that has money or somebody who's wealthy in our community may come into these spaces, and we may be in these spaces, and we can dialogue with them. You know, like, information is king. Information is king, and that's what the internet does. Internet siphons information, but information is king. That's why the internet is so powerful. So the more information you have, and the more you know how to apply it, oh man.
So knowledge is power only if it's applied.
Only if it's applied, and knowing how to apply it.
And knowing how to apply it.